Welcome to this wonderful section again. Now we are going to discuss about reproduction in animals. Living organisms carry out various processes, life processes like nutrition, respiration, excretion. Along with the whole essential life processes, living organisms also possess another one important process known as reproduction. Reproduction makes the organisms to reproduce that produce their young ones of their own kind, of their same kind. Okay, next. Human, we call the young one name is baby. For cat, the young ones of cat is called kitten. For hen, chick. Cow, calf. Dog, puppy. Frog, tadpole. Butterfly, larva and caterpillar. Okay, next. Sexual reproduction. Reproduction in which the fusion means joining of two gametes, that's male and female gametes, to form zygote, and this zygote it develops into young ones. Okay, baby. Okay. For the formation of zygote, what all requirement we need? That's gametes. Okay, gametes. What are gametes? Gametes are two types called sex cells. Okay, gametes, male gametes and female gametes, they are known as sex cells. Okay, male gametes are contributed by male organs and female gametes must fused together to form a zygote. Okay, in animals, male and females have different reproductive parts or organs. Like plants, the reproductive plants in animals also produce gametes that fuse to form a zygote. Okay, it is the zygote which develops into a new individual. Okay, this type of reproduction beginning from the fusion of male and female gametes is called sexual reproduction. Okay, what is sexual reproduction? The fusion, the joining of male and female gametes to form a zygote, and the zygote is the one to form a young ones. Okay, next. Okay, male gametes produced in the body of males and female gametes to produced in the body of females. To produce these gametes, both males and female organisms, they have special organs. Okay, male have male reproductive organs to produce male gametes and female have female reproductive organs to produce female gametes. Okay, now we are going to see about male reproductive organs. The male reproductive organ. The male reproductive organs include a pair of testes, two sperm duct and penis. Here see, this is the male reproductive system and it consists of two sperm duct, and this is a pair of testes and this is penis. Okay, the male reproductive organ includes a pair of testes, two sperm duct and a penis. The testes produce the male gametes called sperms. Millions of sperms are produced by the testes. Okay, so the sperms are very small in size. Each has a head, a middle piece and a tail. Each sperm is a single cell with all the usual cell components. Here see in this diagram, testes are the organ in which where the reproductive cells are produced and these cells passed through the sperm duct. Okay, and finally they ejected through the penis. Testis is the part where male gametes are produced. Okay, here the male gametes are produced. The male gametes are also called sperm cells. They are produced in large quantities. Millions of sperm cells are produced at a time. Okay, you see in this picture, this is a single cell. Okay, this is a single cell and you see this is a head and this is a middle piece and this is a tail. Okay, and tail helps the sperms to move. The sperms has the mobility. Within future, they reach the egg cell. It travels a lot to find and reach the egg cell. For this movement, the tail of the sperm cell is used. Okay, this is about the male reproductive system. Okay. Now we are going to see about female reproductive organs. Okay, now we are going to see about female reproductive organs. The female reproductive organs has a pair of ovaries, oviduct and the uterus. Okay, here see this is the female reproductive organ. Okay, a pair of ovaries, oviduct and the uterus. The ovary produces female gametes called ova, eggs. In human beings, a single matured egg is released into the oviduct by one of the ovaries every month. Uterus is the part where development of the baby takes place, like the sperm and egg is also a single cell. Okay, like the sperm and egg is also a single cell. Is very, very important one. Okay, let's see in detail. Here having this is fallopian tube and this is the ovaries and this is uterus. Okay, uterus is a bag-like structure where the baby develops. Okay, the tube, this is the fallopian tube. Okay, through this tube the egg cell passing through. Okay, if by chance it fuses with sperm cell, then it becomes to form a zygote. Okay, uterus is an elastic bag, it having all the facilities for complete development of baby. Okay, ovum is bigger compared to sperm cells. Okay, ovum is a very, very bigger compared to sperm cells. Okay, millions of sperms are produced in the male reproductive organ in each and every month. But in only one ova, only one egg, either this side or this side, is produced in a month. Okay, only one is possible. Okay, only one is possible in every month. Each and every month, one egg is possible, either in this side or in this side. Okay, either this side or this side, only one egg is possible in each and every month. But millions of sperms is produced in every month in male reproductive organs. Okay, that's the difference. But one ovum is bigger compared to sperm cells. Okay, next. This is human ovum. Take a look. Next, we are going to discuss about fertilization. Fusion of male gametes and female gametes. Together, they form a zygote. That process is known as fertilization. Okay, the first step in the process of reproduction is the fusion of a sperm and a ovum. When sperm come in contact with an egg, one of the sperms may fuse with the egg. Such a fusion of the egg and the sperm is called fertilization. Okay. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuse to form a single nucleus. This results in the formation of a zygote or a fertilized egg. Okay. The process of fertilization is the meeting of the egg cell from the mother and sperm cell from the father. So the new individual inherits some characteristics from the mother and some from the father. Okay, it's very, very important to understand this. Okay, in reproduction, this is a very important point. The process of fertilization is a meeting of an egg cell from the mother and sperm cell from the father. So, in that process only, the new individual inherits some characteristics from the mother and some from the father. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about internal fertilization. Okay, fertilization which takes place inside the female body is called internal fertilization. Internal fertilization occurs in many animals including humans, cows, dogs and hens. What is internal fertilization? Fertilization which takes place inside the female body. Okay, that's known as internal fertilization. Simple. What is fertilization? The fusion of the joining of male gamete and female gamete to form a zygote, that is known as fertilization. And what is internal fertilization? That fertilization which takes place inside the female body is called internal fertilization. Okay. For example, dog, cow, humans, hens. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about external fertilization. What is external fertilization? During spring or rainy season, frogs and toads move to ponds and slow-flowing streams. Okay, when the male and female come together in water, the female lays hundreds of eggs there. Unlike hen's eggs or frog's eggs is not covered by a shell. It's comparatively very delicate. A layer or jelly holds the egg together and provide protection to the eggs as seen in this picture. Okay. As the eggs are laid, the male deposits sperms over them. Each sperm swims randomly in water with the help of its long tail. The sperm come in contact with the eggs. This results in fertilization. Okay? Okay. Female frogs lay the eggs in the water directly. Immediately male frog, it ejects the sperms in the water. Okay. The sperm have a tail. It helps to swim. Okay, the tail-like structure only helps the sperm to swim in the water. Many fishes may able to come and eat all the eggs because they are in open. That's why the fishes and frogs lay number of eggs. They lay eggs in a large quantities. There is a plenty of eggs at a time. Some eggs are washed by current water. There is no proper protection at all. 70 to 80% eggs are died or lost. Only 20% could survive. Okay? This type of fertilization in which the fusion of a male and a female gamete takes place outside the body of the female is called external fertilization. The difference is inside the body is internal fertilization and takes place outside the body of the female is known as external fertilization. For this fertilization, we take fish, starfish and some aquatic animals like frog we take as example. Okay, now we are going to discuss about development of an embryo. Fertilization results in the formation of zygote, okay, which begins to develop into an embryo. Okay, ovary releases ova. That ova collected by fallopian tube. If any male gamete enter into the tube, then it fuses, so zygote is formed. Okay. That zygote develops into the number of cells. 1, 2, that 2 multiplies into 4, 2 multiplies into 8. So then they will become a ball of cells. Okay. That's known as embryo. Okay. That's see in this diagram, that's known as embryo. That the zygote formation, it's developed into number of cells here. So that's together at last it forms an embryo. Okay, this embryo gets implanted in the wall of the uterus and it gets supply of oxygen and food material to the embryo. Okay, some cells of the embryo changes to head, legs and the total body. Okay, the zygote divides repeatedly to give rise to a ball of cells. Okay, let's see in detail. The cells then begin to form groups that develop into different tissues and organs of the body. This developing structure is termed as an embryo. The embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus for further development. Okay. Internal fertilization takes place in hens also. In the hen side, it's very different. Okay, soon after fertilization, the zygote divides repeatedly and travels down the ovided, and it travels down many protective layers are formed around it. The hard shell that you see on hen's egg is one such a protective layer around the zygote, After the hard shell is formed, around that the developing embryo. Okay, the embryo will develop, the hen finally lays the egg. Okay, the eggs to be incubated for 20 days. Then only the egg turn into chick. Okay, zygote is formed. So many layers are formed on the zygote, that layers are protected named eggshell. When the hens sit on a egg, it gives heat. You see, naturally around you. They incubate to produce eggs naturally. Okay, that's the fertilization takes place outside the body. Okay. Viviparous and oviparous animals. Now we are going to discuss about viviparous and oviparous animals. So, what is the difference between viviparous and oviparous animals? Simple. Oviparous, they do not give birth to young ones. They only lay eggs. Viviparous give birth to young ones. Okay. Now, animals give birth to young ones, while some animals lay eggs which later develop into young ones. The animals which give birth to young ones, that known as viviparous animals. Those animals which lay eggs are called oviparous animals. The eggs of a few animals are easy to observe because their mothers lay them outside their bodies. These are the example of oviparous animals. The mother gives birth to the young ones. Example, cat, dog, cow. These are the examples of viviparous animals. Okay. To discuss about young one to adults. Whereas we see in some cases which are drastic changes in their lifetime. Okay, the new individuals which are born or hatched from the egg continue to grow till they become adult. In some animals, the young ones may look very different from the adult. Okay, we see here the life cycle of silkworm. You here see the egg turn into larva. And then it turns to pupa. And then it becomes an adult butterfly. Here see, the egg turns to caterpillar. It feeds on leaves. It eats a lot. The larva eats a lot. And it turns to pupa stage. And next, after pupa, it turns into beautiful butterfly stage. It becomes an adult stage. It's entered into an adult stage. It becomes a drastic change. You see a drastic change here. We're going to see about the stages of frog. Starting from the egg to the adult stage. Okay, here see the egg. And next tadpole. And you see the next. This is the early tadpole. And this is later tadpole, and you see the frog structure. Okay, it will be survive like a fish, no hands, no legs. And in later tadpole, the legs are formed. Okay, in adult, it will get a full structure. Okay, what is the transformation of the larva into the adult through drastic changes is called metamorphosis. From larva, they changes into an adult through drastic changes is called metamorphosis. Okay, what is this? They undergo a drastic change from egg to their adult structure. So the drastic change, the transformation of the larva into an adult through drastic changes is called, what is the term called? Metamorphosis. Okay, the transformation of the larva into an adult through drastic change is called metamorphosis. Okay, let's see the remaining portion in next class. Now we revise what we discussed now. Okay, today we discuss about what is reproduction. Living organisms carry out various processes in their life process like nutrition, excretion, respiration, that and all. That another one important process also they undergo, that is reproduction. Reproduction means simple, making the organisms to produce young ones of their own kind, of their same kind. That is known as reproduction. Cat only produces the baby cat. Okay, that's known as kitten. Dog produces only their puppy. Okay, they produces the young ones of their own kind, that is known as reproduction. Okay, there are two modes of reproduction here, asexual and sexual. Reproduction is very important for the continuation of species. Okay, there is no reproduction, the species will get extinct after some years. Okay, what is sexual reproduction? We saw about what is sexual reproduction. Simple. Joining, fusion of male and female gametes together, they form a zygote, and the zygote they develop into young ones. Okay, that is sexual reproduction. This type of reproduction from the fusion of the female and male gametes together they form a zygote and they produce young ones, that is known as sexual reproduction. Okay. About what is male reproductive organ. Male reproductive organ consists of a pair of testes and a sperm duct and a penis. Okay. The testes only produces the male gametes called sperms. Millions of sperms are produced by the testes, and the sperms having a small in size and having that small size having a middle piece, tail and a head. The tail only helps the sperms to reach the egg cell. Okay. This is a single cell, it having a middle portions and head and tail. Okay. This is the single sperm structure. Okay. Next we saw about female reproductive organ. In female reproductive organ, they having a pair of ovaries, fallopian tube and uterus. Okay. The ovary produces female gametes called ova, eggs. So, in male, millions of sperms are produced at each time, but in females, a single matured egg is released into the oviduct by one of the ovaries every month. Okay, it's very important. Okay, uterus is the part where development of the baby takes place, like the sperm and egg is also a single cell. Okay. Next we saw about what is fertilization. The first step in the process of reproduction is the fusion of the sperm and ovum. When sperm come in contact with an egg, one of the sperm may fuse with the egg. That fusion of the egg and sperm is called fertilization. Okay. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuse to form a single nucleus. This results in the formation of fertilized egg or zygote. Okay. Next we saw about what is internal fertilization and what is external fertilization. Internal fertilization means the fertilization takes place inside the female body is called internal fertilization. That internal fertilization occurs in many animals including humans, house, dogs and hens. Okay. And what is external fertilization? The fertilization that takes place outside the body of female, it's called external fertilization. We take some aquatic animals such as frog, fish, starfish. Here we see about detail. Okay, here. Okay, this is the difference between external fertilization and internal fertilization. Takes place outside the body of female is known as external fertilization. Take place inside the body of female is known as internal fertilization. Okay, the zygote. The formation of zygote which developed into a ball of cells that known as embryo. Okay. That cells which begins to form groups that develop into different tissues and organs of the body. This developing structure is termed as an embryo. Okay. The embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus for further development. The embryo later it gradually develops into body parts, structures, head, eyes, ears, legs, etc. The stage of the embryo in which all the body parts can be identified. That in that stage we call that embryo as a fetus. Okay, the development of the fetus is complete. The mother gives birth to the baby. Okay. Next we saw about internal fertilization. Internal fertilization takes place in hens also. Okay. The hen lay eggs. So they have to incubate 20 days. Then only that eggs turn into chick. Then we discussed about what is viviparous and what is oviparous animals. Viviparous means nothing but animals which give birth to young ones are called viviparous animals. Examples: humans, cow, dogs, etc. And those animals which lay eggs are called oviparous animals. That is hens. Okay, hens. Then we discussed about life cycle of silkworm and life cycle of frog. Okay, what is the transformation of the larva into the adult through drastic changes is called metamorphosis. From larva they changes into an adult through drastic changes is called metamorphosis. Okay, metamorphosis. You see about human baby. After growing adult also, the baby looks same structure. Okay, same legs, same heads, same. It is in cat, dog, elephant also. Okay, let's see the remaining portion in next class. Thank you.